In progress.
Very good morning and welcome to this Wednesday session of Yog Online. We will continue this morning with gentle movements but focusing on the breath. In the class today, ideally, you would want to take 3 breaths in each pose, but if you cannot manage, you come out of the pose and you can go back in if you choose. Lift the sides of the trunk, sit tall, and take a slow, deep breath in. Maintain your posture and breathe out. Pencil your outline, firm up your shape, and become soft on the inside. This is known as Sthira Sukham Asana. Raise up the arms as you breathe in. Stop the breath, stop the arms. Full breath out. Breathing in, lift the sides of the trunk. And as you breathe out, join your palms and release them to the chest, the thumb resting on the sternum and the other 4 fingers away. Eyes closed. And focus on the breath again. Normal inhalations and normal exhalations. Especially when you're in the poses, the breath should be normal. By chanting Om 3 times, breathe in. Mm. Om. Om. Slowly release your hands. Open your eyes. Interlace your fingers in front of you. Keep the arms extended. Rotate at twist. Turn the palms away from you. Now use your breath. Breathe in to raise up the arms. Breathe out and maintain your posture. Breathe in to lift the sides of the trunk. Breathe out and soften the abdomen. Breathing once more. Lift the trunk out of the hips, soften the abdomen. And as you breathe out, bring a softness to the trunk. Maintaining the length of your profile. Find the softness now from the trunk all the way up to the armpits. And from the armpits to the wrist, feel the stretch. Breathing in, raise up your head. And as you breathe out, release your chin to the chest. Feel the release of the upper back muscles. And take 3 normal breaths with this action. Up your head and release your hands. You would find that sometimes my count of the breath and yours may not be in sync. That is because we have different breathing patterns and different lung capacity. So practice as per your capacity. Place your fingertips beside you, slightly behind you. Breathing in, lift the navel away from the floor, lift the sternum away from the navel and 3 breaths once again, 3 normal breaths with this pose. Push your hips forward and release your hands. Place your hands on your knees. Breathing in, draw the chest forward. Breathing out, take the chest back. Breathing in, forward. Breathing out, draw the navel and sternum back. Breathing in, forward and look up. Out, release the chin down, take the trunk back. Breathing in, come back to a neutral position. Keep the head level. Place your fingertips on the floor beside you and straighten your legs. Heels away from you, toes towards you. Interlace your fingers the other way, rotate at the wrist, turn palms away from you. Breathing in, raise up your arms, upper arms in line with the ear. Move your heels away from you, toes towards you, press your thighs down and lift. Soften the abdomen and lift the trunk out of the hips. In this posture, take 3 breaths. Wash your hands and come to stand. Stand with your feet hip width apart. Place your hands on your hips. See that the heels are out and the toes are in. Spread your toes. Spread the underfoot. Move your thigh back to move your hip back. Soften the abdomen. Take the arms out to the side. Turn the palms to face away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. In sync with the breath. Breathe out and release. This time we're going to breathe in with a slight pause, hold the posture, breathe out and release. Breathe in. Slight pause, keep it there. Breathe out and release. Your focus should be equal on the breath and the movement. One more time, breathe in, raise up the arms. Slight pause. Breathe out and release. Release your hands onto your hips. And take your right leg out to the side. Take the arms out, find your balance. This is for concentration as well. Turn the palms to face up. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Same action. Breathe out and release. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and release. And change legs. Left leg out to the side. Release your hands to the side. Form up the standing leg. Turn your palms to face away from you. Breathe in, raise up the arms. Feel the extension of the trunk as you lift. Breathe out and release. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out and release your hands back onto your hips. Place your hands on your hips once again, thighs facing forward, sternum facing forward, chest facing forward. Breathe in to raise up your arms, palms facing forward. Breathe out, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Let the breath take you down. And breathe in to come up. Stretch back. Breathe out to release. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out into Utkatasana. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out, release your hands. Breathe in to Utkatasana. Breathe out, bend the knees, release the hips. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and release your hands. One more time. Breathe in, raise up the arms. Breathe out, release into Utkatasana. Breathe in, lift the sides of the trunk. Breathe out and release into Uttanasana. Breathe in, lift the hips. Breathe out and soften the abdomen. Find 3 breaths in this pose. Breathe in to come up. Gentle movements. Breathe out to release your hands. We're going to face the side of our mats. Face the long side. And now once again, breathing in, raise up the arms. A full extension, a slight back arch. Spread your fingers, spread your palms. Feel the connection from your feet all the way up the sides of the body to the palms and the fingers. And take 3 breaths, filling up the pose. Breathing should be normal. Breathe out and release forward into Uttanasana. Soften the abdomen and release the head. 3 breaths once again. Breathe in to come up. And breathe out into Utkatasana. Once again. Breathe in, lift the sides of the tongue. Breathe out into Uttanasana. And step back into Adho Mukha Uttanasana. 3 breaths here. Feel the lift of the hip, the strength of the legs, and the straightness of the trunk. And take 3 breaths in. Breathing in, slide forward into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Rest your knees on the mat and lift the trunk. Take 3 breaths here. Lift the knees and a full stretch once again into Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths. And step the leg forward into Uttanasana again. 3 breaths. To come up. A full stretch of the arms. Once again, 3 breaths here. These movements are excellent for the joints. Out and release your hands to the sides. When the arm stops, the breath stops. We will practice this sequence once again by moving a little faster, but focusing on the breath again. Let's use our breath. Breathe in, raise up the arms. Breathe out and release into Utkatasana. Focus on the breath. Breathe in, lift the trunk. Breathe out into Uttanasana. Rest here, take 3 breaths. Step back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths. Slide forward into upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Place your knees on the floor and curl up. The hip is off the floor. Straighten the legs and look up. 3 breaths here. And back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, a full stretch, 3 breaths. Step the legs forward for Uttanasana. And breathing to raise up your arms, a full stretch back. 3 breaths in. And release. And stand in Tadasana. Take 3 breaths in Tadasana. Keep your feet apart. Feel the energy running up the legs, up the trunk, into the shoulders. Close your eyes. The face and the head remains passive. From your shoulders, feel the energy running down the elbows. Feel both the energy and the calmness of the poses. And feel now that your body is energized. At the same time, there's a quietness in the mind. As you breathe in, feel the energy running up the legs, up the trunk, into the shoulders. And as you breathe out, feel the energy running down the arms. Keep the head and face passive. Keep it quiet. And come to sit. So some practices will require a more dynamic practice where you have a movement, you bring energy to the body, you bring freedom to the body, you open up the energy channels, you free the joints, and then you become quiet thereafter. Breathe in, lift the side of the tongue. And as you breathe out, release the head to the chest. Breathe in, raise up the head, use the breath. Breathe out and release your gaze forward. Take your right hand behind you in line with the spine. Take your left hand over the right knee. Breathing in, lift the sides of the tongue. Now, as you breathe out, soften the abdomen, move the shoulder blades, and look over your right shoulder. Bring your attention to the breath, and now feel that your base of the posture from the hip and below is very firm, yet there's a softness in the abdomen, there's a length in the trunk, and a gentle twist of the spine. And now focus on gentle inhalations and gentle exhalations. Normal breathing. Put your gaze forward, release your hands, and over to the left. Left hand behind you in line with the spine. Your right hand over the left knee. Breathing in, lift the sides of the tongue. And as you breathe out, soften the abdomen, move the shoulder blades. So get your posture first. Allow your posture. And now focus on the breath. From your hip and below, there's a firmness, there's a softness in the abdomen, there's a length in the sides of the trunk. Pencil your pose and feel the softness inside. Feel the emptiness of the pose as you gently breathe in and breathe out. With your gaze, release your pose, and come to sit in Vajrasana. So sit on your heels. If you cannot, then place a foam support between your heels and the buttock. And sit tall. Lift the sternum, lift the navel. Draw your elbows in towards the sides of the tongue. And find once again the stillness in the pose. Lift the sides of the tongue. From your hip and below, there's firmness, the softness of the abdomen, and the length of the tongue. Now feel the quietness of the pose as you take 3 normal breaths. Gentle inhalation. The softness of the abdomen and the length of the tongue. Next pose. Next pose. And now we're going to practice Bharadvajasana, where you take your left leg under the right and take the right over the left. So your knees are together, facing forward, but your feet are crossed over to the side. Let me just show you the back view. You can take a support. This is the action. The right leg goes under and the left goes under. So sitting Bharadvajasana. And we always twist away. So if your legs are to the right, take your left hand behind you and take your right hand, palm facing out over the left knee. Breathing in, lift the sides of the tongue. And now as you breathe out, soften the abdomen, move the shoulder blades, resist with your hand against the leg, and turn to face over the left shoulder. Feel now from the hip and below, there's a firmness. And as you breathe out, lift out of the pose. Find your pose. Find the quietness as you repose. And feel the softness on the inside. The softness of the abdomen. And the length of the spine. Feel that the head, the brain, and the mind have become quiet. Put your hands. Straighten out your legs for Bandhasana. And let's change sides. Take the right leg under, left on top. And now take your right hand behind you and take your left hand over the right knee. Breathing in, lift the side of the tongue. And as you breathe out, soften the abdomen and turn to twist to look over the right side. Side of the tongue. Soften the abdomen as you twist. Soften the area of the navel, the shoulder blades, turn the chin, and become soft in the pose. Pencil your pose. Feel the strength of the legs, the firmness of the hip, the softness of the abdomen, and the gentle twist of the spine. Find your breath. Focus on the breath in this pose. Lift your gaze. Release your hands. And come to lie flat on your back. Place your feet in line with your hips. Breathing in, lift the hip off the floor. Breathe out and release. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, release. With both hands, draw your knees in towards the chest. Pavanmuktasana. And slowly straighten your legs for Shavasana. Soften the abdomen, feel the length of the trunk. Roll your thighs out to the side, pull your toes out to the side, and become soft. Release the top jaw, release the bottom jaw, brain becoming smaller. As you retreat into Shavasana, feel the spread of the abdomen, the softness of the abdomen. Can you focus now more on the exhalation rather than the inhalation? Place both your hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Raise up your right arm all the way past your right. Roll over to your right hand side. And press with the left hand to support the chin. Become soft. Press to counter sit. Sit once again in a comfortable posture. And from your hip and below, feel the firmness of your legs. Soften the abdomen. Close your eyes. Lift the sides of the trunk. And join your palms together. Focus on just those three breaths again. A gentle inhalation and a gentle exhalation with normal breathing. As you breathe out, release your chin to the chest. As you breathe in, raise up your head, release your hands, and open your eyes. Thank you very much for joining the session, and we will meet tomorrow.